Welcome to Zen in the Art of Movies, and this is the fifth talk this morning on the viewpoint and why we can't enjoy our life like we enjoy movies. So we've been talking about the movie is a suspension of disbelief. In other words, you have to suspend your disbelief in the movie in order to inhabit the movie and enjoy the movie, even though the hero dies in the end. We can identify with the hero. We can be the hero totally, and yet know that if the hero dies, I don't die. That's keeping this little background light, this night light on, the night light of the knowing. Not the knower, but know something, no, knowing itself. This is Zen. This is what Zen is about, keeping the nightlight of the knower on during the movie of reality. Reality is a viewpoint, and yet we think it's fixed. Buddha said reality is a viewpoint, even Buddhism, everything's a viewpoint. But a viewpoint is not a fixed picture. It's a video. Where is the viewpoint when you're watching this? It's moving. You might take a snapshot. You might stop it and say, oh, there we are. That's the viewpoint. But that's gone already. As soon as you take a snapshot, as soon as you take a selfie, reality moves on. And you're looking at a viewpoint of reality and you say, oh, look how cute that is. How beautiful that is. But reality has moved on. Reality is not a viewpoint. You can't fix it. And yet our mind, our self, our ego, our sense of self fixes reality. Just as a video camera taken from a tripod at a wedding fixes reality like a merry-go-round. The camera is fixed at the center and the world moves around it. And just sit on a swivel chair in your office and turn around. The room moves around you, but you're the center. That center is a viewpoint. That center is a viewpoint. So when we go to a movie, we suspend that center of myself as a viewpoint, which is the viewpoint from the audience. You sit there waiting for the movie from your seat. That's a viewpoint. That's a location in the theater of in the room, the world there. Your seat is a location. You suspend that when the movie comes on, and now you are the movie, and there's no viewpoint of you in the movie. Yet, you don't fear the death of the viewpoint because you keep that little background light of knowing on. Knowing is your center. But in the movie, there's no center for knowing. You're in the movie. You inhabit the movie. But you enjoy it because if the hero dies, you know you're not going to die. It's not real. You pretend it's real. Therefore, you can enjoy the movie. But when we return to life and I pick up my personality that I left sitting in the theater seat, now I'm afraid. I experience fear of death. Maybe not immediate, but there's this background fear of death. I exchange the nightlight of knowing that kept me from identifying with the movie for a nightlight of fear that inhabits me as a personality because I fear I'm going to die. It's just the reverse of the movie. I watch the movie with the backlight of fearlessness on. I know I can enjoy the movie because I know I'm not going to die. But I go back into life and I can't enjoy life because I believe I'm going to die. It's reversed. It's reversed. This is a great metaphor. You need a good metaphor like a lever. If you have a good metaphor, you can move your world. So what is that backlight when we believe the world is real, that I'm real, and a body, that my body is real, and of course if I do that, I fear death because the body's going to die. It begins dying the moment it's born. So this fear of death is like a backlight that keeps us from enjoying our life. It's always there. We don't know where the switch is, but it's a switch. We turn it off when we watch the movie. I turn off this backlight of fear when I inhabit the movie, and I'm fearless. That's why we enjoy movies. We have no fear in the movie because I know I'm not going to die. No matter what the hero does, no matter what Tom Cruise does, we know, and we can go, ah, but we know he's not going to die. We know I'm not going to die. When the movie's over, I'm alive, but now I fear I'm going to die. Isn't that interesting? So Zen, the art of Zen, and other traditions like that, doesn't have to be Zen. The art of Zen is discovering that little switch of the backlight of knowing, and keeping that on during your life, so that during your life you enjoy your life as if it were a movie. So we can't enjoy life unless there's a fearlessness in it. As long as there is an element of fear, I can't fully enjoy life. Oh, I can have pleasure, but I can't enjoy life with gusto as long as there is this nightlight of fear that I'm going to die if I screw up, or I'll be wrong, or judged, or faulted, which is all forms of death, you see. So this is very interesting, and I'm just working with that as I give this talk. When I give a talk here on TikTok, it's a discovery for me. I have no idea where I'm going. I discover my truth by sharing it with you. It's real-time discovery. I'm speaking my word fearlessly. I have no fear here, you see. So when I have no fear, I'm alive. And that's with you in any situation. We find situations where we are fearless. People like to climb mountains because they are fearless, or to ride a motorcycle. They're fearlessly. If you have fear, you can't ride the motorcycle. The warrior, when he surrenders to the war, has no fear. So this surrendering to fear is what we do in selected activities. So like going to a movie is surrendering fear. Reading a novel is surrendering the fear of the self. Or going, so we do these adventures, and children experiment with that. That's why modern children are so screwed up in America, because they're prevented from discovering fearlessness. I grew up without helmets, without leashes, jackets, or whatever. I was on a bike to roam the sage hills of San Diego when it was country, where snakes and rattlesnakes and coyotes roamed. So children want that wild place where they can discover the joy of fearlessness. But the modern world is afraid of death. So we put leashes on them, helmets on them. Oh, don't fall, be careful, be careful. So we're being careful to death, you see. But when we go to a movie, we don't have to be careful. That's why we love movies. So the trick is, the zen of it is to see this, that we fear life because we have turned off the backlight of knowing that no matter what, I won't die. That life is a movie. Doesn't mean you are a movie. It means the world you perceive is a movie. So jump into it without fear. The light doesn't die. Thanks for dropping in.